Well, I'm always having people ask me to update my blog, so I'm doing it with a video tutorial again today. I'm going to show you how to make a really, really simple Christmas card. It looks a lot more complex than it really is. Takes no time at all, and you can do it assembly line style and make a whole bunch of them at one time. I'm using just plain white cardstock, 8.5 by 11 sheet that's been cut in half to make it card size, folded in half. And I have some coordinating basic gray paper. Love basic gray papers because they have so many different coordinating styles. And I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut these. This is a color or a piece of ruby red Stampin' Up! Cardstock. And I've taken my little ticket punch and I've gone ahead and I've punched the corners on all of these, and I'm going to punch the corner on my main piece of cardstock as well. The beauty of these is that they look like they've taken a ton of time, but they take no time at all. And if you do it assembly line style, where you just do one thing at a time, you can get them done in no time. This basic gray paper here has two sides to it, which makes it really easy to do coordinating pieces of paper on the same card. You don't have to buy so much paper that way. I'm going to use 3-dimensional Zots, which are just a simple 3-dimensional adhesive, to adhere my centerpiece to the card here. You can use all kinds of 3-dimensional adhesive. I like 3D adhesive because I think it just makes things look like extra special. And I'm going to take this piece of the pattern paper and I'm going to stamp it with the word Merry using Stampin' Up! Stamp and ruby red ink, which is also by Stampin' Up! Put the word Merry in the middle. As you can see, it's not really dark, so I'm going to go over it with red Stickles. The Stickles are a glitter glue. They come in all different kinds of colors, and they are really great for spicing up cards. So I'm going to take my red Stickles. I'm just going to go over the word Merry. This is really the part that takes the longest. If you didn't want to mess with the glitter, the card would almost be done as it is. And as you can see, it's taken no time at all to make a really pretty coordinated looking card. So I'm going to go over the word Merry, and for sake of time, I'm just going to kind of touch on the letters here because I don't want to take up all the time on the video tutorial here. But you can kind of see that that just kind of makes it show up a little more. It gives it a nice little sparkle and pizzazz, and you know, whoever's going to be receiving this card is going to know you took a little bit of extra time making it, because you took the time to put the glitter on it. Now I also like to adorn the corners. I take just 3 little dots of the glitter glue. This is kind of one of my signature things on my cards. I use the ticket punch and I make these 3 little dots to kind of make that punched corner stand out a little bit. I think it makes it just look extra special. One thing I don't like about doing cards like this is that you get this white kind of edge around it. Now I could have used more ruby red cardstock for my card base, but that cardstock cost a little bit more than the white, and if you're doing a lot of Christmas cards, a lot of times it's just more economical to go with the white. So what I do is I just like to take a pen. This is a gold gel pen. I'm just kind of doodling on the edge of the card. Just kind of softens up that white so it's not quite so harsh. You can also just take like a sponge with a little bit of ink on it, rub the edges. You could also actually take the ink pad itself and swipe it against the edge of the card. And I'm going to take some light green Stickles. This is actually called lime green. And I'm going to do the same thing to the corner of the card. I think it just dresses it up nicely. And something else that I'm going to do with this basic gray paper, I have all these nice little red and green stripes. So I'm actually going to take my green Stickles and I'm going to go over a couple of these stripes. It really adds a nice touch to the card. Gives it a lot of extra sparkle, makes it look like you spent a lot more time on it, which it is a little bit more time, but it really doesn't take that long. And if you're doing them assembly line style, the glitter is always going to be your last step because it takes a little bit of time to dry. Especially if you put it on thick, it takes quite a while to dry. So you always want to make the glitter your last step. It's a very fast way to get some really gorgeous cards done. You don't have to do this just for Christmas cards. You can do it for all kinds of different cards, birthday cards, thinking of you cards, whatever kind of cards you like to make, or whatever kind of cards you think you'll use, you can use these techniques on. And you don't have to use basic gray paper. There are lots of other coordinated paper companies that you can get several different sheets of paper with. I get the basic gray at Hobby Lobby with a coupon because basic gray papers are kind of expensive. If I buy it at the local scrapbook store, it's a little on the pricey side. If I go to Hobby Lobby, I can get it considerably cheaper and I can get a whole pack of coordinated papers. This particular pack is called Fruitcake, which was, I believe, really last year's Christmas paper. There's a new line of Christmas paper for this year that's just as pretty and just as coordinated, and they even have fibers and all kinds of fun other things that you can put on your card that coordinate with it. So there you go, really fast card, do it assembly line style, and you can have some Christmas cards done in no time.